Hello everybody, welcome back to the healing table. I'm Grace.
And I am Julia. Welcome to the healing table.
Yes, so today my mom got a video that she really wanted to bring up this real issue that we experience and a lot of people experience within our households, and especially with our hard-headed South Sudanese fathers. But you want to explain the video or that you saw?
Yes, so the video is about when the kid, the little, the young, they love the dad and they will come to the dad like, "Dad, can you do this for us?" And dad will say, "Go to your mom." Or, "I need this." They will say, "Go to your mom." So basically, you're pushing your kid away from you because you don't want to deal with the issue. But guess what? When they grow up, that gap that you built in when they were a kid is going to grow up until when they grow up, they're not going to know how to talk to you. So
I also would say that for me, that's what the relationship between me and my dad was. I did grow up really being a daddy's girl and really enjoyed hanging out with him. And I would say that he was there a lot more whenever young kid. Less yes and no, just because it was kind of a difficult separation between my mom and dad. Whenever we was coming to the US, he was in a whole different country while I was with my mom and my brother was with my mom. But growing up, it was definitely there. But that has become a thing a lot because he did have to work a lot. He worked a lot of, I don't even know, most of my life. I don't even know when I even saw him. Every time it was time for school, you go to school, you have your whole day. He'll come home by the time everyone's about to go to sleep. So it was like he was there, but he wasn't really there. But a lot of times it made me feel kind of awkward in a way to ask him for things because I feel like I wasn't really comfortable asking him, because I think a little bit of it is like I can't predict what he's gonna say or what he's gonna, because sometimes I know my mom, I've been around my mom a lot. If I were to ask this question to her, I know what she's gonna say. But it's kind of like asking a stranger something. But I know that that's not necessarily his intentions. But I would say for a long time that I resented him for it, working a lot more and not really catering to me or leading his daughter, especially growing up, especially high school. And I would see him sometimes. He'll come to my game, which I really did appreciate. But other times where I felt like I probably needed to talk to my dad about stuff, I didn't really feel comfortable enough to talk to my dad about certain stuff. So I would always just go to my mom. And it was kind of exactly like how the video was. If I wanted to ask something, he would always say, "Oh, ask your mom." You know what I mean? But sometimes my mom would do the Uno reverse card and say, "Go ahead and ask your dad." Go ask your dad. Because I feel like she just wanted to include him into the picture.
And then if I'm the one sending the child to my husband, he's not going to bring her back. He's going to figure it out. Because sometimes I will just take it, but sometimes I'm like, let me tell her to go back to his dad. So sometimes we are the parents, we have to do that. Because the men, they don't understand that when they do that, they're building the wall between them and the children. Then when the children grow up, and then when the kid, they're not close to him, they don't tell him anything, then they get upset that we, as the mother, would train those kids not to respect them, not to be close to them. But the reality is, you the one pushed them away when they were kids. Everything, go to your mom. Dad, can you help me to do my... Go to your mom. Dad, I need... Go to your mom. So what do you think, what is that it's going to do for the kids?
It's going to teach us to go to our mom for everything.
That's exactly what it is. So that's the reason why I like the video, because a lot of African, or let me say South Sudanese, they go through that a lot. And I have my middle child who loves his daddy dearly in the really bad way. My husband worked 2 jobs, and she is going to wait until he see his daddy getting in, and she will sit in his shoulder and sleep every day. She do that every day. She couldn't go to sleep if she didn't see her daddy at home. So if you are the person that you will think like, "Oh, my baby is waiting for me until 12 o'clock to lay in my shoulder to sleep." And you will change whatever that was to make it, what is that I'm doing wrong? That I did not fulfill emptiness of my kid. Yes, you working, they understand that, but they need you more. So if they're waiting for you until 12 o'clock, at least the day that you're not working, You fill that gap, whatever you have to do to fulfill that gap, and ask questions. Hey, you've been waiting for me until 12 o'clock to go to sleep, or I know that I'm pushing you to your mom and dad, but I still love you. And you have to explain yourself. But you cannot just assume pushing the kid to the mom all the time, pushing to the mom. And then when they grow up, they don't even know how to talk to you. You just like somebody who is a stranger and just live with them in the house because they don't have a connection. Because you built that wall when they were a kid. And then the wall now is long. For you to break it down, it's going to take you years to break it down. Then when the kid acts certain way, what do they blame? They blame the mom. They blame us that we teach the kid not to respect them. But that's not the case. We always, sometimes they blame the mom. Maybe the mom tell them something about them not doing, and that's the reason why the kid act like that. The reality is, a lot of moms, they don't talk about their husband to the children. Why? Because they don't want to get the confusion between the parenting and the mom and dad and all this stuff. We don't do that. Don't be nervous. If you have something, just sit your child down and talk to. That will be the easy way to do.
I would say this is a perfect example of money can buy happiness in a way, because most of the lifetime, or most of my young childhood, was my dad working, barely see him, and it just didn't bring me anything. Honestly, personally, it didn't really bring anything to me that is like peace of him. I knew him, and you know what I mean? And I feel like that's something that people really crave, and it's almost like my mom was a single mom, but I saw my dad every here and there. I don't know. It just felt like
it happened for a long time until me and him will have to talk, and then he have to quit one job, and then that's the time that the kid start knowing him, and then we'll create a going out or have a family time that we talk to you guys about. So that family time and everything, it trained those kids at least to come closer, but it could be better, but at least closer. But if he resisted until today, he still worked 2 jobs, I don't think so anybody will know him. And that will be very sad. And it's not like the mom doesn't work. I go to work, I go to 3 different schools, pick them up, cook, do all that, and still, I still go with the kid to the movie, I still go to the game and all that stuff. But for them, I don't know, it's a different, I don't know what mentality or something like that. When they do their work, like they focus only at work. They don't focus on anything else. But women can focus on every other thing, and she can finish the task in one day. But the men, they don't do that. They focus on one thing. If they're working 2 jobs, that means that 2 jobs is a lot. When they come from there, they don't even want to talk to somebody. But when the woman working 2 jobs, she will come from there and cook, clean up, make sure the kid eat, and all this kind of stuff. We do it all. Because this movie said the parent, the mom is a nurse, the mom is a grandma, the mom is a wife, and all this other thing. So this is really true. We can take a lot, but the men cannot. But if we have a family, we have to train them how to change little by little, because if you give them too much, they can get confused and they will be mad, and then that's the way they break up, and then the divorce come, because the men, you have to give them little tasks at a time. If you give them too much, they will confuse them and they will not know what to do. And I don't know, I'm telling you guys, I'm telling my young generation over there, don't go tell your husband, honey, can you pick up the kid, and can you wash the food in the oven, and can you wash the dishes? It will be like, which one you need me to do? That's the question they're going to ask. You got to choose which one you need me to do. He cannot do all that stuff. He will not do it. So, relationship-wise,
but I would say that our mom did a good job of bringing the family together to have family meetings and talk about our feelings and how we feel towards whatever it is that, whether it be my dad or just something that's going on in the family that she wants to talk about, whatever it is. But I think those meetings really showed me that my dad actually cared. Because before, I really used to think that he really did not care, because he didn't really care as much to get to know me or whatever the case may be. But it made me realize he really does care, but it's just hard for him to show that. And it could be something that maybe his parents didn't really show him a certain way of how to show love, or so I don't hold him to it personally. And I know a lot of people, they will hold grudges on their family and their loved ones for so long and cut them off completely because of these things. But I knew, for me at least, I really, especially growing up now, I feel like now that I'm really older and I understand a lot more, I really do understand more about life and how much this is their first time as well. Maybe they never knew to do X, Y, and Z. My mom is teaching him to do X, Y, and Z. And we really did start to go out a lot more as a family and stuff, which brought us a lot closer and stuff, made me realize how much like my dad I can sometimes get to know his personality and how funny he is and
just
stuff.
like his dad.
But so I really do encourage that within the family, because I feel like a lot of times as a kid you just think absence means you're abandoned and those people don't care about you, and that's just how kids think. And it's something that I feel like a lot of people just have to grow up and realize after a while. My dad didn't do anything bad to me. There's a lot worse parents and dads that's out there, but he truly was trying to do what he had to do for our family. I understand that, especially in America. It's hard, especially coming with no education that is going to be reliable here to get you a good paying job. I understand that. So it just comes with a lot more understanding when you grow up. When you grow up, I feel like it's almost like, because you're in the world now for real, you really start to understand a lot of the choices that certain family members make or certain things that people go through, and it's just really the willingness to change, and that's really what I respect the most.
And also for those who they're thinking like the parents that do not care, especially the father, sometimes in Africa, sometimes you don't grow up with your mom. You grow up with your auntie, with your uncle, with your whoever. You don't grow up with your parents. So some kids, they lost direction. They don't have a meaning of familyness. They don't have, the only thing they do, they respect their parents. But if you tell them, what is that about your parents, can you tell me? They will not even gonna tell you because they don't know. And when you guys are married to each other, you guys have to listen to each other and then teach others some stuff. A lot of stuff that I teach my husband, how he can be a family man by giving him and little at the time until he come in the table. It was hard. It's not easy. And I know because his mama passed away when he was a kid. He didn't enjoy the mamahood or all that stuff. And his daddy is the military. He always traveling. So you guys know that how those dad, what they go through too. As for me, I put in myself when I was a kid, if I have kids, I had to treat them better than my family treat. I grew up with my brother, and my dad died when I was a kid. I was a baby, actually. And they took me away from my mom. A couple miles, I can't even see my mom. I can't hear her voice. So I put in myself, if I grow up, I'm going to treat my kid better. I'm going to do better so that my kid didn't have to go through what I went through. This is my decision since I was growing up. But listen, the man brain is tiny. When they lock everything in there, it's very hard to knock it out. It's gonna take a long, what is that called? What that? The hammer. You gotta hammer them every time. Hey, until they get little by little to come out from that. And even until right now, I'm still working on it. And I understand why, if you stay with your husband for 20 years or 30 years or 18 years, and then the man just ran to another wife, and you've been training him. Guys, you've been training him for all this time. He become better person. Then he want to take that goodness to somebody else. Oh, what? It hurt. So sometimes we have to sit together and talk about issue before it explode. Because sometimes we tell each other something that we cannot take it back. And then if you cannot take it back, now what do? You create your own enemy within, that you're never gonna, you don't want to sit close to that person, you don't want to talk to, you don't want to even cooperate. And parenting in South Sudanese sometimes is worse, because the baby go to the dad, some dad, not all of them, some of them they good, but some dad they will tell them, oh, your mom did it. And then mom, dad did it. Then guess what? The kid got confused in the middle. And then guess what? They can be anything that the world want me to be. They can take anything from the street. Because they got confused. They don't know, they don't have a clear message in the brain, because the brain is still processing, and they got a different signal. So that different signal, it get the kid confused. When they got confused, they got depressed. When they got depressed, they can take anything. They can go in good or bad. And when they go to bad, it's going to be very hard to just bring them to be a normal people again. It's very hard. And I know a lot of family that I know they're going through a lot and stuff like that. I pray for them every day because we did not bring our children here to be in the street or to be anything. We bring our children here to be a good citizen so that they can take this goodness and take it back home one day to help another child back home, to help another person back home. But the pressure of America, they can mess your child up at the school. And then if you thinking because you're working so hard, you do not have time, they understand you're working so hard. They understand that you're doing the best. But the 2 days that you have, just give them 2 hours in your time. Just talk to them about every little thing that they will be happy. You know, what is that you guys think that you write about your family? What is that? Essay, not essay. What is this?
Journaling?
No, in the school. They were like, did you go to the summertime? Where did you go and stuff like that? What is that?
Oh, it's kind of, I don't know, the reflection of the week.
Yeah, you're
Like,
right.
what did you do
Yeah,
this weekend?
exactly. And then you can have something to write about their family. And I know that there is this couple of parents that they didn't go to the kids' school. They don't know what is going on to that school. They didn't go to this kid conference. They don't do anything. And that, yes, you're working, but if you can go early, you guys can make the schedule. You guys can just take off and go there. It's gonna take like an hour and something, and then go back and do whatever you're doing. That would be great. For those people who they're still coming to be a family, those videos they're gonna be there. Please watch the video. If they're gonna help you anywhere, that would be good. Watch it over and over, and if you wanna save it, go ahead and save it. I'm gonna give back the mic to Grace.
But that's really just a topic that we wanted to discuss today because it was something that came up on her timeline pretty recently, and it was a really good topic to talk about. So, anything else you want to say?
Well, I just want to say, Father, don't send your kid to your mom, to your wife all the time, because you're building the wall between you and the kids. The parents, the mom, they can do the best she could to tell them, go to your dad, like me, I do it sometimes. And I know the daddy, he sent them to me first, but you gotta do a, what is it called, circle game? What did he call it before? When I send you guys back to him,
I said Uno reverse.
Uno reverse. You do the Uno reverse, and then see what is gonna happen. If you do the Uno reverse, he will say, "Oh my God, they're not gonna do it because you send it to me, then it means something." So we have to work as a family. We have to work as a team. I know sometimes we disagree with each other, but guess what? They said, what is that? For worse and for what? And for worse until death tore us apart, right? So when you take that vial, you gotta take it seriously. I know there is some issue that they will not let you stay in that place. I understand that, but if somebody is not abusive, is not beating you, is listening to you when you talk to him about some issue, he will try to observe and try to listen. I think that's the person that you guys can train each other and to become a better people. I think that will be good. At least the person is abusive or curse your family and do this and do that. Don't let anybody to disgrace you because it's not okay. And wherever you say this stuff like that, like talking about somebody's family in front of that person, and then that person talk about your family too, and then guess what? You guys building a bad relationship. It will go to the worst because longer you touch that, it's gonna be bad. And you talking stuff that you would never even apologize. I'm never gonna forget it. It's still gonna be in my mind. I don't care how old I'm gonna be, it's gonna be in my mind. So sometimes we have to choose our words wisely, choose the partner. You know that you can live with that person. You know that when he's gonna be mad, you know that what his boundary or her boundary. So if you guys know this, so that tomorrow you guys are not gonna get to the issue like that. And to be honest, if I had to go back and be young right now, I'm gonna put everything in. My husband, he had to sign it. Are you sure you're gonna be helping me with the kids? Yes. Are you sure you're gonna? If the baby is sick, can you get up and help me? Yes or no? Yes and no. Everything that I needed. If I had to go back and change, well, those stuff we change it. Me and him, we change it in our own way. But my babies, they had to put everything in the table. I'm telling you right now, put everything in the table so you can be happy. You want to be happy in your marriage. You want to be happy with the person that with. You want to be happy to talk to. You want to be happy to do everything that you guys can do together and make the life easier. And then the kid, they will be lovely. and they will grow up in the healthy place, and they will be a good citizen. So that's all.
Well, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys learned something, had some, if this is a topic that you've been thinking about, probably bring it up to your family members. Share this, like this. What else do you have to say, Mom?
Thank you guys for watching. Healing Table is back.
All right.
We are back.
See you guys in the next video.
All right.
Bye.